A woman came. Let's go into the story. So while Jesus was in Bethany in the home of Simon the leper, a woman came to him with an alabaster jar of very expensive perfume, and she poured it on his head as he was reclining at the table. Now when the disciples saw this, they were indignant. "Why this waste?" they asked. This perfume could have been sold at a high price and the money given to the poor. Now aware of this, Jesus said to them, "Why are you bothering this woman? She has done a beautiful thing to me. The poor you will always have with you, but you will not always have me. When she poured this perfume on my body, she did it to prepare ye for burial. Truly I tell you, wherever this gospel is preached throughout the world, what she has done will also be told in memory of her." Let's go into the lesson. So the first thing that we see here is that there was a woman who had expensive perfume. It wasn't just any perfume though, it was a very expensive perfume. And she comes and she pours it on the head of Jesus as he is reclining at the table. Now, why would she do such a thing? Well, because she loved him and she wanted to show him that she loved him. She didn't just want to pour it on him though, she poured it on his head. Why his head? Because she loved him. And she knew that he would smell it and it would remind him of her love for him. The disciples though, they didn't get it. They were angry. They thought that she was wasting the perfume because she could have sold it and given the money to the poor. But Jesus stopped them. He said, "Don't you get it? This woman loves me and she's showing me that she loves me. You'll always have the poor with you, but you won't always have me. She's preparing me for my burial." What does that mean? Well, in those days, when someone was buried, they would put perfume on their body to preserve it from decaying. This woman knew that Jesus was going to be buried soon, and so she wanted to help him out by putting this perfume on his body. And then Jesus says something really amazing. He says, wherever the gospel is preached in the world, what she has done will be told in memory of her. So this woman, by doing something so simple, so loving, so kind, she became famous throughout the entire world. Let's think about that for a second. If you did something like this, if you did something so loving and so kind, would you want your name to be known throughout the world? Would you want people to remember you for that? I think so. And that's why Jesus says, don't just give to the poor because they will always be around. Give to me, love me, and I will always remember you. So let's learn from this story to have empathy. Sometimes people do things that we don't understand and we get upset at them. But maybe they're doing it because they love us or they care about us. And maybe we should try to understand where they're coming from before we get upset at them. And let's also learn from this story to have integrity. This woman didn't have much, but she had something that was valuable to her, and she gave it to Jesus. And that showed the integrity of her heart. She was willing to give up something that was very precious to her because she loved Jesus. So let's remember this story the next time we're faced with a decision. Do we have the integrity to make the right decision? To choose what is right over what is easy? To choose what is hard over what is popular? To choose what is difficult over what is comfortable? Let's remember this woman who poured the perfume on Jesus, and let's learn from her example. In summary, this is the story of the woman who poured perfume on Jesus. It's a story about love, empathy, and integrity.